What do you know about air? Except that it's invisible and still moves the earth. What do you know about water? Except that it finds its way. What do you know about fire? Except that it starts with a small spark. And what do we really know about time? Except that it ties everything. Now bring them all together and mix some flour in. What happens now is magic that moves, finds its way, starts with a spark and bakes itself to glory. We are talking about magic that happens in the kitchen. Come experience magic. Hi everyone, and welcome to I Want to Bake Free. So I have realized that when you bake free, you gain a lot more love, a lot more happiness. So this here is my happy place, my kitchen. And today, I'm going to invite all of you in to join me on this adventure that I love taking, called baking. In every episode, I'm going to start by baking different kinds of delicious bread. Why bread, you may ask? The aroma of fresh baking bread in your kitchen is possibly the best aroma ever. Then we will make an exciting baked dish, that is the main course. And finally, let's create lip-smacking desserts. Today I'm going to bake one of the versions of poee and salt dome chicken. We're going to make a dessert called the magic chocolate flour. I'm going to start by showing you how to make something that I met when I turned 20. It's called a poee, and it's a wonderful little bread from Goa. In a nice clean bowl, put some atta. Gonna mix this with maida. Into this dry yeast, pour some warm water. And to activate it, what I need is a little bit of sugar, because sugar is food for the yeast. Now into our maida and our wheat flour, a little pinch of salt and some ajwain. And some water. This is the base of the Goan Poee. All right, our yeast is now activated, and now I'm going to add this to my poee. This is now ready. I'm going to pour this out, and I'm going to give it lovely, lovely massage. Collect it together, and you just pull it together. We're going to leave it here to prove. I wish I knew some Goan songs to sing to it. And now I'm going to cover this with a nice wet muslin cloth. Well, I do know one Goan song, but I don't know all the words. It goes something like this. Maria Pitashe, oh Maria Pitashe, which basically means Maria's dad. And now I don't know why I'm talking about my dad. Yes, because he actually introduced me into making bread first. Maybe that's why I thought about him. My poee dough has risen and has doubled in size. Get it out of here. Take the CO2 out of it. Massage it a little bit. And now all I have to do is shape it and bake it. So whenever we bake, we always have to preheat our oven. So my oven is already heating, 200 degrees. I'm going to bake these poees for about 10 to 12 minutes. Let's put a little oil in it. So what I'm making for you is a very, very basic Goan bread. But there are different variations to this. There is catricho, which is scissored bread. Then there is kankara, which is like the bangles of a woman. And it's normally eaten during tea time. And then there is the other one called undo, which is a little more thicker and is used to eat with that amazing Goan curry. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave this for a second proving. The yeast starts eating up all the sugars that are in gluten, and it creates a little more carbon dioxide inside this bread, which is why we have that lovely hollow in the middle of this poee. Give this a little water wash. So as you keep watching I Want to Bake Free, you will realize that there are many different types of washes that we will be doing to our breads. We're starting with the most basic of it, which is with water. Now, over this, add some white sesame and black sesame. Just drizzle a little bit of oil on it and a nice wet muslin cloth over it. Leave this to proof for at least 10 minutes. Our poee is proved, it's 10 minutes, it's ready to get into the oven, 200 degrees in a preheated oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. Lovely. This poee looks delicious. Now that my poee is out of the oven and it's so garma garam, all I'm thinking of doing is smearing some butter on it. Well, this what we made today is one of the versions of poee. And the one which is most common is the little hard brown one that you see all over Goa. But of course, that has a much longer fermentation process that probably you may not be able to do at home. And so we've shown you a quicker and easier version. So try this first, make this first, eat this first, and then we will toughen it up for you. So do take a look at the recap and come right back.
To make your Goan Poee, in a fresh bowl, add 600 grams of whole wheat flour along with 450 grams of all-purpose flour. Add some hot water to 1.5 teaspoon of dried yeast. Add half teaspoon sugar to help it activate faster. Salt to taste, 1 teaspoon ajwain, and add water. Mix it all together until it turns into a solid dough. Now, take out your dough onto the tabletop and knead it until you can't feel any knots in it. Proof the dough for 20 to 25 minutes or until it doubles in size. Once proofed, take out the dough and beat out the carbon dioxide. Knead it some more and break it into small pieces. Flatten it out and place it in an oiled tray. Give it a water wash. Add black and white sesame seeds as garnish. Drizzle some more oil and leave the dough to proof for another 10 to 15 minutes. Bake it in a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius for 10 to 12 minutes. Your fresh hot poee is ready.